Hello YouTubers, Jason with Got You Covered Up North, XJ Project time again. Last video I did the floors on the passenger side, front passenger side, and today I was gonna go front passenger side, rear passenger side, rear driver's side, front driver's side, then the cargo area. That was my original plan. Well, this week while I was working we had this little issue. I don't know if... Let's take a look underneath and I'll show you a little closer what's going on here. So here's the bracket that holds the seat. Previous owner put these little metal patches in, one little sheet screw holding up one little piece of metal, and that was supposed to hold this seat bracket. Well, thanks to somebody who weighs an awful lot, namely me, I heard a big clunk, and then all of a sudden, I'm pushing through the carpet. This is all carpet, by the way. This is why we're replacing the floor pans. So I'm also going to try and fashion something up to reinforce the spring mount here. The mount looks okay. The frame, I was just scratching on it a few minutes ago. A little surface rust, but it's nice and solid. So I'm gonna fashion something up to reinforce this little spring mount, and then probably fabricate a new bracket. Got some angle iron because it looks like this little edge up here, and some of it is iffy at best. So gonna take the angle iron and run it down just to give me a better edge on that side of the frame rail at least. So that's where we are. That's the project for today, is getting the seat fixed. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's the front seat bracket too. It's gone. So I know you can buy replacements, but I'll probably end up fabricating something. I don't know if you can see that. There's the inside of the Jeep. There's the bolt for the spring right there, or the seat. So yeah, lots of fun. That floor's toast. So we'll get going. Gotta do some patching back there as well. And doesn't that look exciting? Lots of rust, lots of fun. Hey, that's why I bought the thing in the first place, was for a challenge. So yay, I'm glad I no I'm not. I second guess myself all the time, but it is what it is, and now it's mine. And so here we go. Let's have some fun. I'll get back with you as soon as I get the seat ripped out and the carpet lifted. Right, well, what I found out as I was taking the seat out, that bolt right there is the only one that was actually attached to the frame with any kind of certainty. This one we already know fell through. The two up front, one was already bad. We looked through that. The other one, as I was taking it off, the whole bracket just kind of crumbled underneath it until I finally snapped the bolt so I could get it out. This one, as you can see, I had some issues with. Couldn't get, it was so rusted out, the socket wouldn't fit on it. Couldn't get vice grips down in there. Couldn't get anything. Tried a Dremel. Couldn't get the right angle. Took the angle grinder, and that's where you see the damage there. Finally came underneath and ground the bolt off underneath there. So the seat is finally loose. We'll get it out and see what we got to work with. Success with the seat. Horror under the carpet. Oh my gosh, look at that. That goes all the way up to there. That is rotted out. So, I mean, I think it's good. I think it's good to there. So, I mean, we might be able to patch it. That's what I'm going to try and do, is patch it, and I have no idea what to do about those. We'll have to Get new bolts for that, I guess. I don't even know what that is. Is that the bracket for the... Yeah, that's for the four-wheel drive. No wonder it was sketchy. So, there's my seat bracket. My seat mount. Looky there. That is horrible. There's the one that broke. Here's the one that didn't break, and it looks like maybe it should have. Oh my gosh, this is horrible. There's the frame rail. Glad I got some angle iron. We're gonna put some angle iron right over that, because I suspected this one was bad. And yeah, it's definitely not good. So we'll get it all cleaned out, fabricate a new seat bracket. I'm gonna have to step back and think about this for a little bit, because I gotta figure out exactly what to do here, because that is not good or safe or anything like that. These you can buy new. I don't have any place I can buy new this weekend, and I gotta get this done. I've got the rest of the day today, and then all day tomorrow. It's Mother's Day, so that's not gonna be good. Because, you know, gotta spend time with the wife and the kids. I just hope there's enough metal here to be able to weld that angle iron to. It is, it's 100 times worse than I thought it was gonna be. So, it is what it is. Here's the patch the previous owner put in. Yep. Here we go, and this doesn't even, I mean, I'm not even gonna try and get to the rear spring. There's a little plug for the drain. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try and get to the rear spring on this weekend. That will wait. So I'm hoping that's just surface rust. I mean, it feels, I can't bend it. I'm not hearing it creak or groan. I think that's just off the top. So I think once I get the angle iron in here, I think we'll be all right. And we'll just run it all the way up. Because, I mean, that's still good there. That's not good there. So, we'll start cutting and see what we get. This is the horror when you buy a Cherokee from the Rust Belt. They use salt on the roads. This is what you're gonna find. And if you don't want to fix it, don't buy it. I think it's gonna be a challenge. I think it'll be fun, and I am looking forward to it. Well, the somewhat good news is that there's more metal than I thought there was. There's definitely going to be a lot of patching to do, but I mean, whereas the edges are corroding, once you get around here, I mean, that's all good metal. I didn't have to cut that much off there, but I got that angle iron, so we'll make it nice and solid. Just be careful of the fuel line right there. I think I'm actually going to move that when I start welding. Up here, I'm actually going to have to buy some metal. I'm going to have to buy some like 16 gauge steel, because I just want this to be solid. So, not going to worry about this till mañana. Today, I'm going to try and get the seat brackets. I'm going to try and get the angle iron in and the seat brackets made. And then tomorrow we can tackle the floors, I'm hoping. So next up, I'm gonna take the grinder and the wire wheel to this, probably spray some rust restore down inside, and then some primer just to keep it from getting any worse. And then we'll get the angle iron on. So I left this here. This was part of the seat bracket. I thought I wanted that there just to add some stability, but I may actually grind that out. So we'll see. We'll keep going. Alright, well, I don't say it enough, but wear safety protection. Today I was actually wearing goggles and a respirator because I was grinding so much rust down in there that, I don't know. Last time I did the floors, I didn't grind this much, and I had black gunk coming out of my nose for like 3 days. So I went with the respirator today. So here we go. Cut a few sections out from here to here, from there to there. I might clean up that edge a little more, and then right here where the seat bracket was, cut that out too. Found a hole right there. It's not huge, you know, you can see it's 4 fingers wide, but I'm gonna patch that before I put the angle iron on, and then I'll cut that to size. Oh, I took that little bracket out too. It was just getting in the way. Wire wheel on the grinder. Never used one before, but I'll tell you what, that puppy just cleaned that rust right up along the edges there. Look at that. So a little more grinding to get it perfectly clean, but I think we're getting pretty close to doing some welding here. So yeah, excited. Start getting, you know, once the rust, you know, I got it started cleaning up, the intimidation wasn't as bad as it was when I first pulled it up. So I guess the only advice I can give anyone trying this for the first time, if you're not a professional, if you're like me, just kind of a hack trying to save his Jeep, take it one little step at a time. Because, I mean, my first thought was get the angle iron on the frame to support it and have something to weld the floor to. And that's all I've been focusing on. Grinding and cutting in the last hour and a half or so, maybe 2 hours. Just grinding, cutting. And now it feels like I've accomplished something. Even though I've still got all of that to deal with. You know, it's kind of, if I can get the seat on and at least the front floor done by tomorrow, even if I can't get that angle up there, if I can at least get a patch from here to here, you know, I can still drive to work in the morning. Not tomorrow morning, Monday morning, Saturday. Well, gonna have to call it a day. Didn't get as far as I want, but the sun is going down and I am running out of light here. I did get these welded in for the most part. You can see my substandard welding job again. Pretty lousy, but you know, they aren't coming out. They're pretty solid. Be out here bright and early in the morning, so I guess I'm going to turn this into a 2-part video because it's already getting kind of long. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll get to part 2 here in the morning, and then another video to follow. Alright, so I mean, it is challenging, but I sort of knew what I was getting into when I bought it. I said I wanted something that was gonna take some fixing. I wanted to do the floor pans, and I'm doing them. I didn't want to have to do the frame, but I think this is gonna work out. Most of the frame is good. Frame rails, I know it's a uniframe, everybody gets mad. There's no separate frame on a Cherokee. There's not, but there are frame rails that get welded in. So yeah, those are still for the most part decent. So I mean, the angle iron I'm putting on here will hold up, and then a couple other little patches, and they'll be fine. The rest of it is what it is. I didn't want to have to get into that, but I guess we'll have to. So I'm gonna do another video tomorrow morning. I'll be out here bright and early, fabricating the brackets for the seats, and then getting the floor pan in the front, so I can at least drive to work on Monday. If I have time, I'm gonna run down to Menards and grab some 16 gauge steel to do this. I didn't want to have to buy any more steel, but you got to do what you got to do, and I don't want to use the flimsy stuff I have for this, because I think that's the bracket to you can see the, I'll have to look that up, but I think that's all part of the transfer case linkage in there, so that's got to be pretty sturdy. So, yeah, we'll play with it tomorrow. Subscribe if you want. Again, I don't know much about what I'm doing. I'm sort of making it up as I go along, so this is just sort of a blog as I go. It's not much of a how-to. Maybe I'll get more into the how-tos as I get more comfortable with what I'm doing, but right now it's kind of, you don't want me to show you how to do this. So I'll screw you up. But maybe I can show you that, hey, somebody who doesn't know what they're doing can do it, so you can do it too. That's what this whole thing is all about. So again, if there's something you want to see me fix on this thing, it probably needs to be fixed, so just let me know and I'll move it up on the list. And otherwise, I'll see you on the next video when we get the seat brackets and the floors and everything up front here.